Alright, so we got the legendary Nathaniel Garro. I don't even know who this is. Explained by an Australian man. Hopefully you guys are absolutely doing amazing, man. If you're not, then hopefully I can, kind of make your day better with this video. Other than that, man, make sure you guys all follow my Twitch down below. Let's get right into it, man.
G'day guys and gal. Warhammer 40k draws a lot of real life inspiration from our own history, myths and legends. So you bet your ass it also included the tale of King Arthur and Excalibur, except in a significantly more Warhammer-esque way. Instead of a holy quest for the Grail with fair maidens and shit, it was a holy quest to shove a sword down Mortarian's throat while massacring as many traitorous dogs as physically possible.
Cause listen, we do know Warhammer is damn near older than water. We know this, right? So at the end of the day, we all do know that Warhammer kind of takes no, they don't take examples, but they do have a lot of points in their in the lore or whatever that kind of relates to us humans and stuff like that. It's kind of like Warhammer. And I don't, I'm not blaming this on them, whatever. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, well, this is just real life, and they're taking this from real life. Where's the creativity? Bro, I'm not one of those type of guys or whatever, man. But there's clear and I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't come up with any right now, but there's clear moments where you would read something in Warhammer or you would hear something in Warhammer, and you'll be like, wait a minute, that actually sounds like real life. That sounds like that happened in real life before. So that's actually no surprise that Warhammer got a bunch of IRL I guess you could say comparisons or what's the word? Easter eggs or cameos, if that makes sense.
Dude was so ruthless that he even fought Abaddon as a side quest. The tale of Garro is an awesome one. From crippled sidelined battle captain who only really survived the massacre of Isstvan due to a bit of luck, to the Knight of Grey, Hand of Malkador, and Pona of Noobs. Overall an absolute beast that deserves the next 10 minutes or so of your life. Before we get started, you may have noticed me wearing this dope ass t-shirt, and that's because as of right now, the Majorkill merch drop is live and
Alright, come on, let's go.
Nathaniel Garro was born on Terra.
Oh, I forgot. Let's get into it!
Making him one of the day one OG Space Marines. He was recruited into the 14th Legion when they were still called the Dusk Raiders. Out of all the legions who reunited with their Primarchs, the 14th had one of the worst and most awkward. Mortarion basically shut on and completely dismantled the Dusk Raiders' traditions and doctrines, replacing it with his own significantly more blunt and flavorless attitude. As such, many Terran-born Death Guard held onto their traditions, with Garro even saying that the day that the final Dusk Raider dies is the day that the Death Guard's nobility will be forever diminished. With this attitude, Garro was known as a straight-shooting, no-nonsense captain that got shit done. The barbarous-born Death Guard would give him shit about it, but they secretly admired him greatly, offering him membership to the warrior lodges on multiple occasions only for Garro to reject them time and time again. It was actually this universal respect for Garro that would go on to save his life, but I'll get onto that in a bit. In every campaign, Garro distinguished himself, becoming captain of the 7th Company, which bestowed upon him the rank of battle captain, a rank he absolutely fucking frothed because it sounded badass as hell. On one such campaign, Garro would fight alongside the legendary Saul Tarvitz. Up until then, Garro had thought the Emperor's children to be a bunch of pompous wankers who were too busy shoving pencils down their dick holes and smelling their own farts to actually be solid, reliable warriors. However, Saul proved him wrong, showing that the true tenets of the Emperor's children were honor, self-improvement, and self-sacrifice.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even though I don't I don't know too much about him, whatever. His armor, just by looks or whatever, his armor does look nice. I'm gonna be honest with you. He got the eagle piece on. I'm gonna be honest, his colors ain't too it's not too out there, but at the same time he got a little color to him. I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, this Nathaniel guy, we gonna call him Nate. We're not gonna call him Nathaniel guy. Yeah, we're gonna call him Nate, yo. Nate Garro, I'm gonna be honest with you. He's a little fly right now. So far.
Came close, referring to each other as honor brothers, which was rare at the time for Space Marines from different legions to form such a close bond. They even carved half the Aquila on both of their gauntlets so that when they clasped hands, it would form the full Imperial Aquila, which is cute as fuck. When Mortarion turned traitor and began sussing out who would join him and who would join the Emperor, he had a private meeting with Nathaniel Garro. During the meeting, it was made pretty clear to Morty that Garro would remain loyal. However, he respected his battle captain so much that instead of just marking him for death, he made him his equerry in the hopes that he could sway his loyalty. During one of the battles of
Yo, I didn't even know that somebody from the loyal side and somebody from the traitor side, I didn't know that they can actually communicate with each other. I thought that if they see each other, it's on sight, GG's. I didn't know that. Okay, that's actually my first time even ever hearing that. I didn't know that they can actually still talk to each other and communicate with each other. Okay.
Fun, a few days before Horus revealed his treachery, Garro found himself severely wounded by a Slaaneshi sorcerer where he lost his right leg and had his torso and arm partially crushed.
Ooh, I hope you proud of me. Oh my goodness. Torso gone, right leg gone. Yo, he over here playing hopscotch, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. And it had to be a Slaanesh demon. It had to be a Slaanesh menace. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Funnily enough, he only really survived due to the aid of Fabius Bile, whose medical expertise came in really clutch. As a result of his injuries, as well as Morty wanting him to live, Garro and his men were placed upon the Eisenstein under the secret watch of Commander Grulgor and his men. Grulgor was an insufferable piece of shit that Garro hated, but he didn't suspect foul play yet. However, Grulgor and First Captain Typhon had met in secret. They knew Garro would never join the traitors, hence when the time was right, Grulgor would kill Garro. Good luck with that one, buddy. On the Day of Reckoning, where Horus would virus bomb Isstvan in an attempt to kill all the loyalist elements in one go, a lot of little things were occurring that made Garro really uneasy. Alone, these things were excusable, but together they painted an unclear picture. To make matters worse, some of Garro's people discovered that virus bombs had been loaded onto the Eisenstein, which was not a part of any protocol ever. Virus bombs were generally confined to a Legion capital ship, never on a ship like the Eisenstein.
Oh, okay, so he was on it. So, hey, so Nate was on it. So Nate was like one of those people that like, okay, if like a few things were out of line or whatever, he would let it go. But like if a lot of things are out of line from like the normal and he notices it, he knows something's about to go down. Okay.
The final piece of the puzzle was when Saul Tarvitz made a mad dash to the surface of Isstvan to warn his brothers of the Warmaster's treachery. He flew right into Garro's firing line. He told Garro of what was happening whilst Garro received orders to destroy Saul. Trusting his honor brother, Garro instead destroyed the ships chasing Saul, allowing his friend to reach the surface and save thousands of lives from getting virus bombed. Okay. Garro then legged it out of the system in an attempt to warn the Imperium of Horus's betrayal. And yes, you bet your ass he killed the shit out of Grulgor in the process. The journey was horrific. Grulgor came back to life due to Nurgle's influence and Garro had to kill him again. They lost most of their power and crew and had to detonate their warp drive in order to get the attention of Rogal Dorn and be rescued. Rogal Dorn then proceeded to almost kill Garro as he could not believe what Garro was saying. Fortunately, there was hard evidence and Garro was spared Dorn's wrath, but it gets even worse from there. When Garro returned to the Sol system, he was kept in the Sisters of Silence fortress to question and keep an eye on. While there, one of his infected warriors turned into a hectic fly demon, which Garro was then forced to fight to the death. This fly demon was OP as shit, killing multiple Sisters of Silence and Space Marines.
Fly demon? Yo, how did he... Yo, where did he come from? How did he even get inside the club? How is he even in here? This critter right here?
Before Garro clapped it with his sword, the legendary Libertas. Fun fact, it's theorized that Garro's sword was forged from the shards of Excalibur, drawing a direct connection to the Arthurian legend. Garro just couldn't catch a fucking break though, but he also wouldn't have taken one if he could. Malcador had heard of Garro's tenacity and exploits and formed an idea with the Emperor. He tasked Garro with the formation of an organization that would seek out special individuals of inquisitorial nature, both Astarte and mortal, to form what would eventually become the Inquisition and the Grey Knights. Garro was to become a knight errant of Malcador as he was sent on his quest to gather a lineup of the most badass space marines in the galaxy. He killed a bunch of traitor White Scars to save a loyalist world eater, he fought through the word
Hey, he looked like Joe Rogan. Yeah, I don't know why he looked like Joe Rogan.
Barris to recruit an Ultramarine librarian. Dude even snuck aboard Rogal Dorn's ship to try recruit one of his imprisoned librarians. He didn't give a fuck, and technically he didn't need to. As he was the hand of Malcador, who was second only to the Emperor himself, he could pretty much do whatever he wanted. He would go on to recruit Dark Angels, Blood Angels, White Scars. Bro was collecting space.
He got the whole all-star team up here.
Marines like Ash collected Pokemon. In doing so, his sword tasted the blood of many different traitor legions. His final Pokemon, the legendary Pokemon, was Garviel Loken himself, who had survived Isstvan but had gone insane. Garro was able to save him and restore his sanity, bringing Garviel back into the fold and giving him a chance at vengeance. Garro would then go on to do a lot of convoluted shit that you'd be better off just reading about, as anything to do with Malcador playing 4D chess gets a bit confusing. And let's not kid ourselves, we're all watching this video to see a hectic bold dude fuck people up with Space Excalibur, not uncover a contingency plot to genocide the Astartes with a bioweapon as a last resort. So with that in mind, Garro's quest took him in search of Euphrates Keeler, the saint whom he had grown an attachment to, as he was her rescuer, as well as her providing him the faith and will to fight on. There's something to be said for Keeler being BFFs with the the galaxy's greatest swordsmen. After all, she also had a bond with the legendary Sigismund, probably the only loyalist swordsman who could outmatch Garro. He eventually found Keelah, taking out a chaos-corrupted Vindicare assassin as well as a cheeky Alpha Legionnaire operative to save her once again. By this time, the war had come to Terra itself, and Malcador gathered his agents and warriors, including Garro. However, that fucking fly demon came back and caused a ruckus, before once again being banished like the naughty fly demon it was. After that, Malcador sent most of his agents into hiding, with many of the Space Marines being sent to Titan in order to create the Grey Knight Order, the contingency if the Emperor was to fall. However, Malcador did not choose Garro to join them. Instead, he simply released Garro from all of his oaths and bonds and told him to kill as many of those fucking traitors as he could. Garviel Loken was also given the same directive, and boy did they kill some fucking traitors. Garro led kill teams against enemy forces, taking out Chaos champions like they were anaphylactic kids at a peanut factory. His most famous moment was when his forces ambushed Abaddon and his elite Justeran Terminators. The Justeran was slaughtered to a man, with a number of named traitors dying in the engagement. Abaddon was a juggernaut, taking out a number of named loyalists and even technically beating Garro.
Yo, we gotta do a video on what's his name? That Perturabo guy. We gotta do a video on him. Who was the guy who manipulated Horus? We gotta do a video on him as well. Yo, we gotta do a video on so many people. Was crazy, man.
Despite Garro landing a number of strikes that would have killed a normal Space Marine, but eventually Abaddon II was beaten down. Without hesitation, Garro lunged at Abaddon with a killing strike. However, Abaddon was teleported to safety just as the blade reached him. This scene actually did make me like Abaddon. It showed how much of a warrior he was, with his internal monologue swapping between fucking furious that he was trapped and ambushed, swearing vengeance upon Perturabo who sent him there, to then being delighted that he was fighting a battle that he was going to lose. He cried man tears when he was teleported to safety, devastated that he was denied a glorious warrior death alongside his men. Soon after this, Garro would face his death down like a man. His death came in the form of his Primarch, Mortarion, Lord of Death, in Mortarion's ascended demon form. Now pretty much every fight between Space Marines and Primarchs ends very quickly.
You know what, that's an honorable way to go out. I'm gonna be honest with you. To your own Primarch, that's an honorable way to go out. I'll admit that.
And is one-sided. Sigismund was beaten down by Fulgrim in seconds despite a solid showing, whilst it only took one hit from Rogal to yeet Khan away. So it was pretty insane that Garro told Morty to eat shit and die before engaging in a hectic duel. Morty was toying with Garro until Garro slipped his guard and landed a solid blow, hence my thumbnail artwork capturing that moment. Morty entered a rage and beat Garro down before summoning a swarm of flies. He promised that the flies would infest Garro, turning him into the Lord of Flies demon for all eternity. However, Keelah, Garro's friend, infused him with the power of the Emperor, which Super Saiyan Garro and took the duel to a new level. Despite this, Garro was just a Space Marine, Mortarion was a Primarch. Garro's blade was broken and himself impaled by Morty's scythe. In a final act of defiance, Garro pulled himself down Morty's blade before shanking his stinky dad in the neck with the broken hilt of Libertas, a huge wound that would contribute towards Jagadai's banishment of Mortarion soon after. Garro then died, his final vision being that of the Emperor. To honor his unwavering loyalty and tenacity, the Emperor took Garro's soul, stopping it from being consumed by the demons of the warp. Overall, Garro was an absolute legend, a man who literally went through hell and back in the name of duty. Sometimes we don't need a hectic character arc as someone goes from insecure to brave and selfless. Sometimes we just need a total fucking badass with Space Excalibur tearing his way across the galaxy and shanking his smelly ass moth dad. If you enjoyed the video,
hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Hey, I like this dude, bro. Nate Garro. Hey, Garro, you're real, bro. You real, bro. Hey. And bro, I do like that the Emperor actually took his soul instead of let his soul go rot with the rest of those nasty four chaos gods. I'm gonna be honest with you, yo. Hey, this Garro dude, bro. Respect, bro. I like him a lot, bro. Hey, bro. I don't think I've liked this one. I don't think I like somebody this fast. Obviously, bro, since Vulcan. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yo, Garro, bro. Yo, all he gotta do is join the salamanders, and he'll be picture perfect. But right now, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. He's cool, bro. He's cool in my book, man. Comment down below what you guys think about that. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you guys follow my Twitch down below, and I'm gonna see you guys every smell. Peace out.